In a small, bustling town at the edge of a great city, there lived a young woman named Lila. She was well liked by her neighbors and diligent in her work, yet she often felt a deep emptiness within, a nagging sense that her life lacked meaning. Every day she followed the same routine, earning enough to live, but feeling as though she were merely drifting through existence. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the hills, Lila wandered into the marketplace. Among the vendors and performers, an old man sat alone beneath a flickering lantern, drawing a small crowd with his words. His robe was simple, and his face was marked by wrinkles that seemed carved by wisdom itself. Lila approached, intrigued. "Who are you?" she asked. "I am Alaric," the man replied with a serene smile. "Or rather, I am but a seeker of truth, like you." "I don't seek truth," Lila scoffed. "I just want to feel alive, to understand why my life feels so empty." Alaric leaned forward, his piercing gaze holding Lila captive. "Then perhaps you are asking the wrong questions. Come, let me guide you, but be warned, the path to truth is not easy." Lila hesitated but nodded. The first lesson, know thyself. Alaric handed Lila a polished mirror. "What do you see?" "My reflection, of course," Lila replied. "But who is that?" Alaric asked. "Is it the face others see, the person you wish to be, or the person you truly are?" Lila frowned, unsure. "I don't know." "Then begin there," Alaric said. "Spend time alone, free from distractions. Reflect on your fears, your desires, your values. To find meaning, you must first uncover who you are." That night, Lila sat by the river, staring into its rippling surface. She thought about her longing for approval, her fear of failure, and the dreams she had abandoned. Slowly, a clearer picture of herself began to emerge, not perfect but honest. The second lesson, question everything. The next day, Lila returned to Alaric. "I think I've learned more about myself, but what do I do with this knowledge?" "Question it," Alaric said. "Challenge every assumption you've made about your life. Who taught you to think this way? Why do you pursue the things you do? Truth lies beneath the surface of questions." Lila began to examine her beliefs. She realized she had chased wealth because she thought it would earn her respect, but the pursuit left her hollow. She worked tirelessly to avoid criticism, yet it silenced her true voice. Slowly, she began to discard the lies she had unknowingly lived by. The third lesson, live a virtuous life. As weeks passed, Lila's transformation became evident, but one day she returned to Alaric with frustration. "I see who I am and what I want to change, but how do I know what is right? How do I live a meaningful life?" Alaric handed her a lantern, unlit. A virtuous life is like this lantern. It begins with the spark of self-knowledge and is fueled by actions aligned with integrity, courage, and kindness. Light it, and you will not only illuminate your path, but inspire others to do the same. Lila spent the next days helping her neighbors, mending broken relationships, and pursuing work that aligned with her values. Each act, however small, brought a sense of purpose. The emptiness she once felt began to fade, replaced by a quiet contentment. The awakening years later, Lila stood in the marketplace, a lantern in hand, speaking to a crowd of seekers. She told them of the philosopher who had changed her life, not by giving answers, but by teaching her to ask the right questions. And as Lila looked into their curious faces, she saw reflections of her younger self. She knew her journey was far from over. Do subscribe to the channel for more such video.